Yeah.
And kind of going back on the high school, and you're talking about how I was a 4-star recruit, it kind of, evolves back to a question, Pat, where you talking about being global and this and that. And like, I was never the, as they would say, like the guy. I was never the show. I was never none of that. I was always that underdog who just like, I just knew I was nice and I was going to work hard, and I never had that same kind of attention. And then, the attention got on me, brought on by myself, brought on by what I did on the field, brought on, some of what I did off the field. It kind of just made up the whole sum of things. But I think one of the hardest things for me, as dealing with being global, would be the fact that people can formulate opinions or speculate or do all these things. And the main word there is opinion, and make it factual. Like they try and make an opinion factual when it's nothing more than an opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's been one of the hardest things for me to deal with, to sit there and let grown man after grown man talk about you and, like I say, speak opinion on things that are not factual and make it factual.
Yeah.
That's honestly been one of the hardest things for me to deal with throughout this whole process. Being misunderstood, just, kind of realizing I don't know if I would ever be understood. I don't even know if I want to. There was a part of me that wanted people to know truly who I am so they could, stop with the lies and the conversations and all that. But then there's the other part of me that understands it doesn't really matter, because I feel like at the end of the day, like Purell kills 99.9% of germs. There's always going to be that point, whatever percent. Like it
small
always
percent.
is. And for me, I've always felt like I've tried to find the perfect words to say to the world so that I could, rest this case and feel like I'm not going back and forth. And I feel like to rest my case, I'm just done trying to argue about it. Like it's nothing, to really talk about. Honestly, that's been one of the hardest things for me, is just finding a way to have everyone be able to have an opinion or whatever on my life or things that they would have done if they were me. And my favorite thing is, but you're not. So it's not about what you would do if you were me. You're not me. You know what I mean? So I would say life's been great. It's been tough in these last, couple years. But other than that, man, I'm blessed.
OBJ, what do you believe is the I guess when you talk about being misunderstood a little bit, what is the main thing that people misunderstand you when it comes to you as a person, when it comes to you as a football player? What is that main thing that you think people misunderstood you about?
I don't even know where to begin. I feel like to break it down to the root, where I'm misunderstood would be as a person. Forget about the football player, forget about whatever else you want to, but as a person, like this world's just got me fucked up. Like just being honest, like you had me wrong. And like I say, I don't know if there will ever be a way to fix that while I'm in it. When I'm done and I'm retired and all this, and then they meet me and it's like, oh man, you're actually a nice guy, or when people meet me now and it's like, oh, you're actually a nice guy, and yeah, I'm always joking. I'm like, yeah, I'm not the asshole that the world's made me to be. Right. So I just don't know. I think it's as a person, you just have me bent. As a football player, you definitely have me messed up. For sure. Like that's just.
So tell me this: do you think New York had something to do with that, being in
Absolutely.
that New York market?
Absolutely. And like I say, I haven't been perfect throughout my career. I've made mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Like I've done shit. People, we live life and we make decisions and we live with the consequences. But it's like, for some reason, I feel like I can't escape my past, whereas other people, can get away with certain things. And even, for example, being banned for 2 years, bro. Like I'm banned for celebrating and being excited in the locker room and patting the cop in like a sportsmanship football kind of, how we are.
Right.
But I just know deep down inside, and I won't say names, other people would do something like this where they get caught out partying or being wild, and it's like,
it's okay.
Oh, look at this guy, he's having fun. He's such a fun
guy.
And
he's passionate.
Yeah, and it's just like, if people could understand, if I had 5 rings to validate all of my actions, would it be valid, or will you still talk about me the same way?
Right.
Like I don't have the rings, but watching Jordan's documentary and how he is, and Kobe,
same way.
that is how I'm wired. That is my mind. I care about greatness. I don't care about, it's not about like, it's not a me thing. That's where people, yes, do I want to catch 9 passes for 160 yards on the best corner in the league, Pat? Of course.
Yeah, right.
No question. You better say yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Am I happy with winning and leaving a game with 0 catches? I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I'm happy we won. It makes it easier, but I'm not going home fucking happy. Like,
Right.
that's just, I worked way too hard
Mhm.
to be in that situation. Now my reputation is at a point where if I'm not leaving a game with this and that,
Now
then it's like, oh, well, you're not really that good. But yet,
Right.
if I'm on a team and I'm helping a team win, then it's like, oh, you know, for me. So like I say, I feel like they've always found a way to negate whatever I was doing in a good way. When I was
Right.
having the numbers, then it was, oh, he's a problem off the field and this and that.
Right.
When you're not having the numbers and you're being great on the field and all this and being a good person, then it's like, oh, well, he's not really a good football player. So for me, I've come to the point of realization, like, it's not really any winning in this game until I can get back on my feet and be in a situation where I could just thrive and succeed and go out and ball. Like, that's just really it. Until then, the narrative and the media and the world are always going to have a bigger say so than I will. And, you know, that's a battle. That's something that is not easy to deal with.